Welcome to our channel where we delve into the secrets of the ancient Egyptian civilization and reveal the greatest stories that formed one of the oldest and most fascinating civilizations in the world. If you are a history lover and looking for inspiring stories about pharaohs, you have come to the right place. Join us on this journey through time, from Queen Nefertiti to Tutankhamun, all the way to King Ahmose. You will discover inspiring stories about strength, courage, and struggle. Sign up now and stay with us as we embark on this incredible journey where the mysteries never end. King Ahmose, the hero of Egypt who saved the nation. At the heart of ancient Egyptian history, one of the most outstanding heroes who forever changed the course of Egyptian civilization is Ahmose I, one of the greatest pharaohs who ever lived. Not only because of his reign, but also because he was the hero who freed Egypt from the invasion of the Hyksos and restored the greatness of the pharaohs. Ahmose was a warrior king, a fearless military leader, and an inspiring personality who left an indelible mark on the pages of Egyptian history. Ahmose was born in the 17th dynasty, the son of the king Seqenenre, who began the war against the Hyksos after they conquered northern Egypt. However, the Seqenenre did not succeed in defeating the Hyksos, and he tragically died during the battle. These wars posed a great challenge to the Egyptian monarchy and its royal heirs, who fought to regain their lost lands. Growing up in these difficult times, Ahmose watched how the Hyksos controlled the north of the Delta and a large part of Egypt. After the death of his father, Ahmose ascended to the throne at an early age, facing one of the greatest threats to the land of Egypt. When Ahmose became king, his primary goal was to restore the honor of Egypt and expel the Hyksos from its territory. Ahmose began to rebuild the Egyptian army, which had weakened under the occupation. Despite the Hyksos possessing superior military technology, including horse-drawn carriages, Ahmose was determined to overcome this sworn enemy. He formed a powerful army consisting of soldiers of all social strata, improved their combat techniques, strengthened the southern troops. Ahmose also realized the importance of tactical coordination between infantry and cavalry, which made the Egyptian army more powerful and organized. At the beginning of his reign, the Hyksos controlled most of the Nile Delta, including the city of Avaris, which was their main stronghold in Egypt. The leader of the Hyksos at that time was the king of the Hyksos, known for his military might and strategic acumen. However, Ahmose, with his military readiness and leadership skills, managed to liberate the city in the Great Battle of Avaris. The liberation of this city was the key to regaining control over the earth. This battle was Ahmose's first major victory against the Hyksos and demonstrated his military genius. He used an unconventional and surprising tactic, which included the siege of the city and the destruction of the fleet of the Hyksos, which they used to transport troops across the Nile. The battle was not only about military power, it was also a strategic victory as the Nile was secured. Ahmose's success in retaking Avaris marked the beginning of a series of victories that eventually drove the Hyksos out of Egypt. This victory was not only a military victory, but also a symbolic victory for all Egyptians. Thanks to the decisive Battle of Avaris, Ahmose managed to expel the Hyksos from northern Egypt. However, Ahmose did not stop there. He continued his military campaigns against the Hyksos in the northeastern regions of Egypt and Palestine, even launching an expedition across the Red Sea to confront them in their homelands. It was not easy to completely remove the Hyksos, but by the strength of his army and the tactical brilliance of Ahmose, their presence in Egypt ended. After such a huge victory, Ahmose became the first pharaoh to reunite Egypt, marking the beginning of a new era of prosperity. Once Ahmose restored the territorial integrity of Egypt, he focused not only on defense. He embarked on a series of military campaigns against neighboring countries in the northeast, in Syria and Palestine, expanding the empire of Egypt to these regions, creating what is known as the modern kingdom, one of the most powerful and richest empires of that era. During his reign, Ahmose also strengthened relations with neighboring peoples along the Nile, sent trade missions to distant regions to promote Egyptian trade. Besides the war and military victories, Ahmose was keenly interested in rebuilding Egypt in economic and cultural aspects. He was commissioned to build several major temples throughout the country, including temples dedicated to the god Amon-Ra, who was considered the primary god of the Egyptian religion at that time. He also strengthened the irrigation system along the Nile, which significantly improved agricultural productivity. Ahmose also focused on strengthening the Egyptian army by providing the army with the latest weapons and military tactics to ensure that Egypt remains strong in the face of future threats. While Ahmose led famous battles against the Hyksos, he was also a wise political leader. He managed to maintain stability and prosperity in Egypt despite the constant war. He laid the foundation for a period of prosperity that lasted during the 18th dynasty, during the reign of his descendants. The name of Ahmose is still engraved in the Egyptian chronicles. His victories and achievements are immortalized in temples and monuments that still stand as proof of his greatness. He became a symbol of freedom and victory over enemies, and his image is still remembered today as one of the greatest military commanders in world history. But that's not all. Did you know that the story of Ahmose is full of secrets that modern research and discoveries continue to reveal? What are the real reasons behind his victories? Were there internal intrigues threatening his reign? In the coming episodes, we will reveal more about Ahmose and other heroes hiding in Egyptian history and how his actions influenced the major political events of his time. If you are interested in more details, be sure to follow our channel. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell code so as not to miss any exciting update, and get ready to dive deeper into the secrets of ancient Egypt.